Dear learners, in this lecture I am going to discuss the case in Urdu Hindi. So basically we have three primary case in Urdu Hindi, that is the direct case or oblique case and vocative case. So these three cases have different inflection to assign the noun at different position in a sentence. But we have also some other cases like instrumental cases and locative case, dative case, genitive case or ergative case. So they are actually marked by a proper postposition. So there is no change in the postposition, but they have also inflected for the oblique case. So oblique case means, direct case means when the noun occur in the base form, in its base form, either in the subject position or object position or complement position. So that is the direct case. Like ladka khana khata hai. So ladka is the direct case. So we are also calling it the nominative case sometimes. And like मैंने किताब पढ़ी. So kitab is the noun which occurs at the object position. So there is no post position. So it is also the direct case and it comes under the accusative case. And the vocative case means, and the oblique case means when the any noun followed by the post position. So due to the post position it changes its base position, means the end noun has some modification when we are adding some post position into any noun. So that is called the oblique case. So I just give the example like लड़का खाना खाता है. So that is the direct case. And I can also use the ladka in the object position, like ladka किताब पढ़ता है. So in this the kitab is the direct case, which is the noun which occur at the object position, and ladka is the direct case in the first sentence. But in syntactically we are calling it is the nominative case, and that is the accusative case. So because it occurs at the subject position and it occurs at the object position. And the oblique case means when the this ladka followed by some post position, like लड़के ने खाना खाया, लड़के ने खाना खाया. So here the ladka change into the ladke due to this post position. So this due to this changes we call it the oblique case. When any noun followed by the post position and it changes its final vowel, or sometime there are some other changes, not exactly like sometime there are some other vowel we are replacing. So that changes in the base form due to the post position is called the oblique case. And the vocative case when the noun occur separately, independently, like a ladke, o ladke, a ladko for plural, o ladko. So that is called the vocative case. And the other cases we have the instrumental case, locative case, dative case, genitive case. So instrumental case is present by say, and the locative case by may, and the dative case by ko, and the genitive case by ka, ka, ki, ke. So that is the genitive case. We are also saying the position like Ram ki kitab. So this kind of Ram ka ghar. So it's called the possessive case or genitive case. And the dative means when the noun occur in the indirect position. It is the dative case. And yes, in Urdu we have some subject means dative subject also. When the subject is experiencer, like मुझको भूख लगी है, मुझको खाना खाना है, या मुझको घर जाना है, या मुझको बुखार है. So this kind of ko is the dative subject in Urdu. But dative is actually used in the sense for indirect object. So this sense comes from the English. Like मैंने अहमद को किताब दी. So here अहमद को is the dative case because it is the direct object. So that we have discussed, the direct case means the noun occur at its base form, either is subject, object or complement position, and oblique case means when there is some changes in the noun occurs due to the post position, when it is followed by the post position. And the vocative form is someone call, like someone and to address someone. So that is the noun which is also the syntactically independent. So there is no verb and other element in the sentence. We are just speaking ladke, a ladke, o ladke. This kind of expression comes under the vocative case. So the direct case in Urdu Hindi is the basic unmarked form of the noun. So that is not marked, means unmarked means there is there is no post position, there is no case marker in the direct case. The noun occur in its base form, like ladka, ladki, this kind of expression, kitab, maze, kursi. So there is no ko, se, me, ne in the direct case. So we call it the nominative case when the some a direct case occur at the subject position, and when it occurs at the object position, so that is called the accusative case. But there are some scholars who believe that both are the nominative case or the direct case. But some scholars believe that the object, when the noun occur or the direct case occur at the object position, so it may also call the accusative case. So there is no post position or there is no case marker in the direct case. So here we have some example for the direct case. So there are means any noun. So there are lots of noun borrowed from the native. So that is the native nouns, or there are lots of noun borrowed from the Sanskrit, from Persian-Arabic, from English background. So all these noun can occur as the base form or in the unmarked form. So like we have the example like ladka, badshah, rani, raja, this kind of example. Like लोगों ने उसे राजा बनाया. So raja occur as the complement position. So that is the nominative case or direct case. And when the kitab occur at the objective position, लड़का किताब पढ़ता है, so that is the direct case. And when the लड़का at the subject position, लड़का खेलता है, so that is the direct case at the subject position. So it may call nominative and it may call accusative, but they are the direct case because it occurs in the unmarked form without any post position. So here we have the example, different example like घर, शिक्षक, किताब, लड़की, लड़का. So they can occur and they can occur at any position like subject, object without any post position. So that is called the direct case. Like शिक्षक आ रहा है, घर बड़ा है, वो लड़की पढ़ती है, then लड़की, वो लड़का खेलता है, किताब मेज पर है. So they all are the direct case. So there is some another things. So the direct case actually has there is no post position. It is the unmarked form. The direct case has the unmarked form, but there could be some changes for the gender, like from the ladka to ladki. Like ladka खेलता है, लड़की खेलती है, so there is a gender distinction. So it can take the inflection according to the gender, and it can also take the inflection without any postposition in terms of plural formation, like ladke or the ladki into ladkiyan. So ladki into ladkiyon. So that is called the changes for the plural. So the base form change according to the plural marker, but it comes under the direct case because there is no postposition. Like लड़की खेलती है और लड़कियां खेलती हैं, और लड़का खेलता है लड़की खेलती है. So they can have the inflection, or we can say they have some modification in the base form according to the gender and number. We have some example. So like the borrowed noun. So the borrowed noun also taking the same kind of inflection. Like mat pita and mata. Persian example makan and badsha, and school and bus. So they can occur. Or if you speaking for the school, to स्कूलों की आज छुट्टी है. बसों की आज हड़ताल है, या बसें हड़ताल पर हैं. स्कूल. So that kind of things can also occur for the plural formation. So which comes, and they have also some changes from the, like pita is the masculine and it is the feminine. Makan is masculine and Babasha is feminine, but Rani is masculine, but Rani is feminine. School is masculine and bus is feminine. So that kind of inflection we are also having in the borrowed noun when they come from the some other languages. So the English, like the school and bus are borrowed from English, and the Makan and Badsha borrowed from Persian, Pita and Mata borrowed from Sanskrit. And without usage of postposition, that we already know that in the base form or the direct case, we are not using the postposition, like को में से पर, like लड़का पढ़ता है. So there is no postposition, that we have already discussed. Because if we are using the postposition, so it becomes the oblique form, because the oblique case changes its form due to the postposition. Now come to the oblique case. So the oblique case means the any noun which is followed by the postposition. So they have some changes in the base form or the unmarked form. So unlike the direct case, the oblique case does not have independent semantic meaning. Its role is purely grammatical. So it is required for correct sentence construction in Hindi Urdu whenever a noun is paired with the postposition. So it means whenever you have the noun in the sentence and the noun is followed by the some postposition, so the base form changes, means there is some modification in the base form. So like example, kitab. So when you use kitab, when we use any postposition after the kitab, so there is some changes in the kitab. So like it is not in the base form, like kitab से किताब से फूल निकाल दो. So in this condition there is no change. But when you are using the kitab into the kitabein, like kitabein, so when we are using the kitabein is the plural, when we are using any postposition, so it becomes the किताबों में ये चीज रखी है, किताबों में ये लिखा है. So this kind of so like किताबों में. So here the A change into the O in the plural, but for singular there is no change. So that is called the oblique form. oblique case. It is also the oblique case. There maybe there is no change, but when the kitab occur before the, say it is the oblique form. So oblique case is not actually a proper case which represents some subject position or object position, or some, like for instrumental we have some means there might be some modification. So that is called the oblique case. So the adjective also modify, not must agree in the must agree in the oblique form. So when we have in the sentence some adjective, so the oblique form also has some modification according to the adjective. So it agree with the adjective with some modification. So there is like oblique form can be in any case, like when we have the instrumental case. So instrumental case with the say. So when we are adding the say postposition in any noun, so it become the base form become the oblique case, and it also has the interlocutive case, like in may. So when we are adding the may in any noun, so it changes, it modified according to the because of the postposition. And for direction also, so we are using like direction for like co or any other postposition. So because of that position, the oblique form may be changed. So like base form is the ladka, and when we are adding the ko, so it becomes ladke ko. For ghar, ghar mein. So in the for ghar, because it is a non-animate form, and the last sound of this ghar is the consonant. So the for singular it is not changed, but for plural it is changed. घरों में. So and लड़के से, लड़का into change to लड़के when you are adding the से. So these are the postposition that we are using in the noun, and the base form may be changed or may not be changed. Like लड़के को लड़के से, घर में शर्ट पर. So like so there is some rule that how it will change. So for example, if the noun ending with a, like ladka, ju, juta, so it will change into either replaced by with a for singular, or for plural it is replaced by o, like लड़के को, लड़के को, and for plural लड़कों को, like लड़के को किताब दे दो, लड़कों को किताब दे दो. So this ko, when the a is replaced by o because of the plural formation, and a replaced by a for the singular formation when we have the postposition. So that is called the oblique case form. It changes, it modified, or it occurs before the postposition. Either it can modify or not. Because in some cases like घर घर में, किताब किताब में, when the noun end with the consonant, so there is no change before the postposition. So for the masculine noun, the ending with consonant or other vowel, so the singular oblique, there is no change, like bhai, bhai ne, and kitab, kitab mein. So and ghar, ghar mein. But for the so there is no change for the singular oblique, like bhai, bhai, bhai ne, और भाई को, भाई को, भाई से. But for plural, भाइयों ने, so it change into o. For plural, we are adding the o marker. भाइयों ने, भाइयों को, भाइयों से. But for singular, it will not change, भाई ने, when we are adding the postposition. So that is the example of consonant ending or other vowel than a. Other vowel than a. When the a, so it replaced by a or o, for singular a, for plural o. But the other vowel like ladki. So when we have the ladki, So for singular it will not change the base form, like लड़की ने खाना खाया, but in लड़का it changes into लड़के, लड़का and लड़के ने खाना खाया, बस लड़की ने, because it change it there is an e vowel, not a vowel, so it will remain same for the singular when we are adding the postposition. But for plural it becomes the लड़कियों ने, लड़कियों ने. So for plural it will change, and it we are adding the o suffix when we are adding the postposition in the plural form of ladki. So that is the change. So that we have example now. So for the feminine ending, when it is end with e, so it will change by ladkiyon. And for singular it will not change. Like for singular ladki ne, or for plural ladkiyon ne. And when it add other than vowel like bhabhi, so bhabhi ne or bhabhiyon ne. So for adjective, like when the adjective end with a, so it replaces with a. Like अच्छा लड़का अच्छे लड़के से. So in the अच्छा लड़का, अच्छा लड़का. So when we are adding the suffix in अच्छा लड़का, because there is adjective and noun, both are there, so it is the noun phrase. So like it becomes the अच्छे लड़के से या अच्छे लड़के ने, अच्छे लड़के ने. So in this form, the both अच्छा and लड़का, so the last vowel change into the a, अच्छे लड़के ने, for the singular. So that is for the singular. But for plural we have the अच्छा, we have the अच्छे लड़कों ने, अच्छे लड़कों ने. So in adjective for singular the a change by e, this a change replaced by e. But in the plural the only the ladke change into the ladkon, but अच्छे is not change. It will remain same for singular and plural. So the other adjective does not change, but the singular will change with a. So like अच्छे लड़के से and अच्छे लड़कों से. In the same way with the ladki, so like अच्छी लड़की ने and अच्छी लड़कियों ने. So for feminine it will not change, अच्छी will remain same. But in this form like sundar shirt par, so in this form there is no change, because it the sundar and with the sundar and with the consonant. So when there is a adjective and with the consonant, so there is no change. Only the adjective end with the a, so it replaces with the e. A for singular and o, so there is no change for plural. So like अच्छे for both singular and plural are replaced by a for singular also or for plural also. Like अच्छा लड़का become the अच्छे लड़के ने, और अच्छा लड़का become अच्छे लड़कों ने. So only the ladke change the ladko in the plural form, but अच्छे remain same. So here we have example for the oblique case. So like ladka is the base form, for singular change into the ladke, for plural change into the ladko. मैंने लड़कों को देखा. लड़का change into the ladke in the adjective like अच्छे लड़के से and अच्छे लड़के से मिला, and in plural अच्छे लड़कों से मिला. For घर it remain the same, because it will end with the consonant. So घर और घर में, and for घरों में it will change when we have the plural form of घर. भाभी, भाभी ने and भाभियों ने ऐसा किया. भाभियों ने is the for plural and भाभी ने ऐसा किया for singular. There is no change. So there is an some note regarding the oblique case, like noun must take the oblique form before the postposition, and omitting it is the ungrammatical. So like मैंने लड़के को देखा, मैंने लड़का को देखा. So when we do not have any modification according to the postposition, so it will be, so there will be some grammatical problem. मैंने लड़के को देखा, मैंने लड़का को देखा. So it is necessary it modified the लड़का according to the postposition. And the second thing is that sometimes we do not have the co for in the postposition, that we'll discuss in the next slide. So it is a matter of animacy and specificity. Like if I am saying that मैंने किताब पढ़ी, so in this case there is no co-marker. When I say मैंने किताब को पढ़ा, किताब को पढ़ा, so in there is a co-marker. So it is the matter of specificity, or we can say the we are just focusing on this kitab. So this is the kitab ko is the specific noun in this sentence. So that is why we are adding some co-marker there. And for if you are using some some animate noun in the object position, so it must take the co-marker. Like when we have, for example, if we have example like मैं या मैंने राम को देखा. So it will be always take the co when it is the Ram is animate noun. But मैंने like the noun Ahmad देखा. So it will not take the if it not take the co, so it will not correct sentence. Like मैंने अहमद देखा, so it must take the co marker. मैंने अहमद को देखा, मैंने अहमद को देखा. So that is the because of specificity and animacy. So we are adding the co marker there. So there is a, so we have already discussed the plural form. So for plural form we have o or yo. If the end with a, so it was ladko, and if it end with e, so ladkiyon. We take the yo for the oblique case. Now come to the vocative case. So the vocative case means when the any noun used independently in a sentence to for calling their attention. So they are syntactically independent, and there is no function of subject, object, and modifier in a sentence. So we are just using like a and o to represent interjection a and o to represent this. So it is commonly used in dialogue, command, prayers, announcement, and formal address like a ladke, o ladke, a ladkiyon, o ladkiyon. So this kind of ladke, ladkiyon is the vocative case. Like a ladke and a chatro. So that is the thing in the vocative case. Like when you are using the a ladke, so the ladke is the a ladke. So this ladke is the singular form, but the base form is the ladka. But for vocative we have some modification, some change, some inflection from ladka to ladke. So that means when we are saying the ladke, a ladke, so that is the vocative case. In vocative form we are not saying a ladka, we are saying a ladke. So for no, so that is the thing that we have for if the a ending. So for singular we are using a ladke, for plural we are using a ladko. So there is a o marker, a ladko. So for when the noun ending with consonant and other vowel, so it become like a bhai, a bhaiyon. So this kind of I'll think. So for singular, there is no change. If it end with the e vowel, like a bhai, a bhai, or a bhaiyo, o bhaiyo, o bhaiyo. So in this plural, we have changed by adding some o suffix, but in bhai, in singular, there is no suffix. There is no change in the base form. Like a bhai, a ladki. For plural, a bhaiyo, a ladkiyon. And when it end with the consonant, so in some cases, so it will remain same for the singular, but for plural, it will take some suffix. So the same case with the feminine, like in the for vocative case, so like if the end with ladki, so a ladkiyon, and for like bhabhi, a bhabhi, and a bhabhiyon for plural. And for adjective, it will remain same. Like that is we have already discussed in the vocative case, sorry, in oblique case, but now the same thing in the vocative case. So for singular, we are calling a अच्छे लड़के, a अच्छे लड़के for singular. Or when we are saying the for plural, so it will be a अच्छे लड़कों, a अच्छे लड़के. We are not saying a अच्छा लड़का. We are saying a अच्छे लड़के. So there is change in both adjective and noun. So that when the adjective ends with the a suffix, so there is a acha which end with the a suffix. So it will replace by अच्छे, a अच्छे लड़के. So that is the case with adjective. For plural, it will call the a अच्छे लड़कों. So there is an example for vocative case. So we have like a लड़के, ए छात्रों, हे छात्रों, भाभीियों ध्यान दो, ए अच्छी लड़कियों, हे बहादुर पुरुषों, दोस्तों सुनो. So this kind of expression comes under the vocative case. So दोस्तों in the plural, हे बहादुर पुरुषों, पुरुषों is the plural, and हे अच्छी लड़की, ए अच्छी लड़की, लड़की is singular. भाभीियों ध्यान दो, भाभीियों is plural. ये छात्रों, छात्रों plural. So in all plural we have o, o. But in singular, when it ends with the ladki with e vowel, so it is a ladki. But when it ends with the a vowel, ladka, so it becomes a ladki. So that is the have we have. So we have already discussed. Vocative case does not interact with verb syntactically. So there is no verb in the vocative case. So there it does not interact. It occur freely or independently, like a ladki or a ladko. And it takes the plural by o suffix. O suffix. And for adjective, so there is an interjection in the vocative case, like a, he, o. So we are adding this kind of interjection in the vocative case. So for agreement person, so when using a adjective, so it agree with the vocative noun, like अच्छी लड़की, a अच्छी लड़की, a अच्छे लड़के. So this kind of things we have for agreement, like a अच्छे लड़के, a अच्छे लड़के. And for plural, for feminine, a अच्छी लड़की. And borrowed noun, so we have the same mm, change or same plural formation for the borrowed noun, like hey guru jano. Now I conclude here. So we discuss the case endings, or we can say the case in Urdu Hindi. So basically we discuss the three types of case: direct case, oblique case, and vocative case. So these are the three forms which has this some inflection and some changes according to the position in syntax or morphology. So direct case occurs in the base form, either in the subject position, object position, or complement position. In the vocative form occurs when the any base noun followed by the postposition. So it is called the oblique case. Sometimes it changes due to the postposition, sometimes it does not change. And for the vocative case, the noun occur independently in anywhere in a sentence, like a ladki, o ladko. So there is no syntactic agreement and all these things. but there are some noun which end with the e, so it will take the plural u, and when the noun end with the a, so it will take the plural o. So that is the change we have, and it these kind of things has also the agreement with the number and gender for case agreement rule. So they are agreeing with adjective for gender and number. They are also agreeing with other verb and other element in the noun or other element in the sentence. So they agree according to the gender and number. Thank you.